And we're live.
We're live, baby.
This is iCarly.
I wish that we could have that chicken song going, the man yodeling.
Chicken Ninja?
The Chicken Ninja guy.
I do love
Chicken Attack, I believe, is the actual...
Dude, look at that.
Chicken Attack.
Look at us. We look so good.
You're about to be massively forced to give up. That's the best line in the song.
that. Yeah, that is really funny.
Massively forced to give up.
We do look alright.
It's just me. I'm just good looking. I'm just kidding mostly.
Audio's good. Green light boy.
Audio is great.
I did a little something different today. I was like, I'm going to restart my junk before I hook it all up. So.
Good job. Way
Yeah,
to
right?
go.
I know, right? Look
Way
at
to
that.
fuck. Can't start dropping F-bombs till Tom gets on.
I know.
I'm going to do them for nothing. For no reason.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
no reason?
For no
Not without
reason.
the man seeing it?
You guys are busy.
For no reason. It's Fat Daddy Productions.
Fat Daddy. Good
Bean
morning,
Lambs. I had a
guys.
delightful chat with Bean Lambs. Was it yesterday? All my days were
So,
running together. I
we've
don't know.
been talking some master built action with the Bean Lambs. I think me and Baxter chatted on that. I don't know if I've talked to you about it yet in full. Maybe, did he talk about it with you yesterday?
We've talked about all sorts of things. He didn't give me specifics, but there was talk of it.
We're working on a really cool guitar.
We have a hot, spicy, evil pumpkin coming.
Let's all restart Sean's junk.
Yeah, restart your junk. Restart Sean's
You're scaring me.
junk. It's the Mighty Woodrow. We got Zook. We got James. We were early because we just thought, hey,
Yeah.
we were here. So this is all free. Those minutes were free minutes.
You got free
This
minutes.
is the paid
Have to
minutes.
pay for those yet, you know.
Starting now.
Get ready.
We get to be
Pinch
Bubba's.
it off. Stream time. Mayor
I don't pinch it. I'm actually sitting on one of those weird toilets that you put in your living room when you can't move around. So I can just freely go.
I pinched it off too hard this past week.
Wouldn't that be weird if we were on the toilet?
Yeah.
Golden toilets.
Whew.
Golden casino toilets.
Oh, we're naming it the Thermocaster? That's dope.
What is that? Oh, is that the one y'all are doing?
Yes.
Whoa.
Morning, fellas.
Well, no,
Damn, I missed the free minutes.
don't worry. They were there. It was not.
It's
it
like a
was,
cell phone plan.
It was worth what most free things are.
Are you roaming?
Are like.
Yeah. You're now on roaming.
Roaming. I'm thinking about switching my cell phone to Spectrum.
Spectrum.
It made me. I know it's weird.
Oh, your cell phone is Spectrum. Yeah, you told me about that. I was like, what?
They were gonna bundle it with my internet, and it was gonna like be. It's a pretty good deal.
Anytime I hear somebody, like a company use the word bundle, I'm like, you're going to get me.
Yeah. There are. It's probably gonna get me. Probably after like a year, it'll probably be like twice what I pay now. But
And they
for
won't
that
tell
year,
you.
Imagine for that year. Whew,
It'll just be
all the savings.
Surprise. Look at that. Your bill went up by 2 times.
the thing that I hate about cell phone stuff is I my fear is that like I get it, and then it, like my phone doesn't work anywhere.
Yep.
You know, because I feel like T-Mobile's just gotten their shit together where it's like, okay, we work most places. You know, maybe the last 4 or 5 years, and then we tried that crazy. This was my fault. We tried the little tower where the T-Mobile gives you internet in your house, and I thought, okay, maybe we can break away from Spectrum. No,
Have it all in one
It
place.
sucked. You got to walk through your house with that damn thing, an app, and it tells you like where the signal is best, right? And it shows you this little map. It's the weirdest thing, and to have that their little wireless internet thing, and it was like in the hallway when you come to my front door where there's possibly no shelf. It couldn't be low on the ground. It had to be up high. No, and then when I put it in the window like a normal human being would do, it just didn't work that well. So I took it back. I stayed with Spectrum.
I don't know about all that, man.
I didn't know either.
I don't like that.
It would have been a decent deal, probably. Like, then I would have had my internet and all my phone, all of that junk through. You know, because we don't have cable or, like, landlines.
No, I mean,
So
yeah.
we're not losers.
It's a bygone era, you know? Does anybody out there still use Dish Network? You still got the box?
my
Direct
dad,
TV?
my dad does that.
Well, yeah.
But, you know.
My grandpa, yeah, I think they still have. I think they still have Dish. I need to double check. Let's put it this way: if you're under the age of 70, how about this? A little bit harder of a challenge, I think. Under the age of 40, just to know. I have.
Yeah,
the
I can't
antenna.
imagine just getting cable. Being like, oh, cable.
Yeah, no. Part of me does.
I mean, you've experienced that in your life.
Oh yeah.
But probably not as an adult.
No,
No,
as an
that was
adult.
an
No.
adult.
By the time I was like 18, it was all like Netflix and Hulu. Like, it was the big three: Netflix, Hulu, Prime.
I
It
just
was
hate
like,
that they
okay.
make it so hard to watch things like, you gotta have something like Sling or like Hulu Live to watch like sports and stuff.
Bullshit.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that is how they get
That's
you.
how they get you.
And now they've
Like,
got
I
a
just
whole
wanna
like
watch college football.
subscription thing for that too.
Like, you can watch every football game. It's only $500 a year for the
Come
NFL
on.
Sunday ticket. It
You
really
really
is some
gotta
absurd price, like $300. But whatever. I just don't care that much.
JP's in here. He said, "Awfully red drink, Sean. Be a shame if you spilled it."
I'd like
Were
to
you
see
here
it.
the day I spilled it on my shirt?
No, but I'd kind of like to see it. John,
It was like the first thing I did. I cracked the drink open. I went to take a sip, and I was wearing a white shirt, and it was like, "Boosh!" It's like, damn it.
so John
great.
W777 says he still has an antenna on his house. Does that even work? I thought it all went to digital now. When I was a kid, man, I'd have to go. My dad would be sitting in his rocking chair. We had these windows, and I'd have to go out the front door and go to the side right there by the TV was, and we had that big pole, and the antenna with the the long thing on the top.
Looked like an airplane.
But the thing that turned it, we never had one of those. So I would go outside and I would go, and my dad would yell at me which way or to stop.
Hold.
It was great.
So growing up, we had this little 10-inch TV. My long story short, my parents split up. We're living in an apartment with a bunch of people, me and my mom and my brothers and stuff, and it was like 11 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment. It was crazy, but all we had was a 10-inch TV with the rabbit ears on it, and we left that mother on CW22. You did not touch it. You didn't
You
mess
don't want
with
to
it.
screw it up.
Because if you messed with it, it was over. So that's what we ended up watching. It was
Well, like,
good
I mean,
times.
I can still remember when you didn't, like, I remember not having a remote, having to get up to walk to the TV and be like, bam. change the
Always
channel.
had remotes, so for me, obviously.
We just have more they didn't, because with the furniture TV, where your TV's in like a giant wooden cabinet. You know what I mean?
Isn't it funny that has kind of gone away? Like, now we just have these things that you sit them on.
Yeah.
And it's more like a dresser.
When one of the greatest moments of my life, I was a child, not old enough to drive, but old enough to have a 20 gauge shotgun. So like 7 or 8. No, I was older than that. Me and my first cousin, who was my best friend at the time, we found this pile of old TVs like that, the cabinets with tubes and stuff still in them.
Yeah.
Out in the woods. That's a good time. You never shot up a bunch of old TVs? Probably hadn't
There's
lived.
a fun sound
Whew,
to
it's
shooting
great.
a TV.
Man, it's great.
Like, there's a nice pop sound whenever you hit it the first time, Yeah.
Those
The
tubes.
screen, the tubes, all that. It's got a good pop.
It's fantastic. Anyways, there you go.
Sean was born a poor black boy in Mississippi.
Yeah, he was. That was only a few years ago. Baby Sean.
Feels like yesterday. Yesterday.
William says he got his first shotgun at 11 or 12. I believe I got that first shotgun when I was 10 years old. A nice, shiny 20 gauge that I still have. And it's still maybe my favorite gun to when we go dove hunting a lot and stuff. Because I like the 20 gauge. It's fun to shoot when we're bird hunting.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
At 11 or 12, we were sniping squirrels out of trees, dude. We're like,
Did you ever make your friends go snipe hunting?
Mm-mm.
You know what that is?
I've heard the tale.
I mean, I've done that a few of my friends. This is my dad. You tell him that there's this like bird called a snipe, but it runs on the ground, and you maybe like find a little thing that looks like something would go in and live in it.
Yeah.
And you give him the bag, and you tell him to sit there and just wait.
And you
And
catch
you
it.
catch it, but then you just really
Leave.
the point is to scare them and leave them, and then like throw stuff at them and like kind of scare the crap out of them. But
perfect.
it was fun. That was what snipe hunting was. So yeah, there you go.
I love it.
There you go.
Here,
I don't know how we've devolved into this already. I want to
It's
hear
great.
you were telling me a Paul Davis
some
story.
Paul David's action. So, two things.
This is
Alright?
new for me too. I didn't even get to hear it all.
I'm gonna pull up on Threads. That's right, folks. Threads.
Threads. You have Christy told me I couldn't. Not that I couldn't. She's like, don't get Threads because it was some weird thing you signed where they own all your junk.
Sean, should we talk about Paul Davis or Sydney Sweeney first?
But we're getting there.
Brother. Don't get me
I watched
started.
They're related.
Last night.
I don't know. It was on repeat over and over. Let me type in Paul Davids. So if you don't know, Paul Davids is a YouTuber. Paul Davids
Guitar Tube.
Guitar Tube he came out with this really cool reverb pedal.
It did look cool.
Yes, it's called the Nucleo. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they went to a nuclear reactor, recorded the
Sean
sound.
showed me all this.
It's
I
awesome.
wouldn't have been hip on this, but
Go check it out. It's on his Instagram. He did a video on his YouTube, obviously. It was great. Okay. But then, yesterday, and it's funny, the person deleted the post. He put out on his Threads account, he posted this thing. He said, with all due respect, what the fuck? I am in no way making serious money from this project and invested so much time into it. This also pisses me off because, you know what? I can get every video I make filled with sponsors that will make me $10,000 per video easy. Did you ever see me do it? No. Besides, I never ask money for anything. I do in it's a little broken English here. He's obviously we get it. He said I don't do anything in my videos to stay impartial. No brand pays him. This comment rubbed him the wrong way. Now the comment was, it's been deleted now, but it said, look, everybody's favorite guitar teacher finally sold out, and like he's doing a big sponsorship
is he
blowout.
everyone's favorite guitar teacher? I don't even think of him as a guitar teacher.
I don't either. I think of him as like just a guitarist.
He
He's
has
kind
some
of like
guitar
a guitar
lessons.
friend.
He just makes cool
Yes.
content.
Yes.
Because I really like Paul Davis.
I do too.
Maybe he's evil and horrible. I don't know.
call him a YouTube artist.
He's
yeah,
a
he's a
yardist.
guitarist. Yeah.
A yardist.
Guitarist.
A guitarist.
I still think his biggest things were the collaborations.
Yeah.
Like those first few and I think a lot of people think of Chris Buck like really.
Oh
Chris
yeah.
Buck blew up from that. But anyways, whatever.
Same.
Okay, so
Completely.
what was the guy's?
Well, so
Um,
he deleted that comment since what he had posted, but what he had posted was that. And a lot of people were in the comments saying, yeah, Paul, you're right. F this guy. He sucks. All these good things, right? So, what's your guys' take? Do you think it's him selling out, like, to do a sponsorship thing? I don't think
with
so.
a pedal?
Yeah, because I don't think he is getting any kickback. I think he had a unique opportunity to work with them on this cool idea.
I hope he is getting kickback. I don't see any.
Well,
what's the problem?
And somebody
Hey
commented...
guys, I helped create a reverb pedal. Like
Yeah, somebody commented on there and there was a lot of that where they said, hey, well, you know, if you did help go through this process with them and build this, you should. Like, that should be, like, there's nothing wrong with you getting paid to do that. Like,
no,
you're donating your time, you know.
that also
you got
doesn't make
skill
him
sets.
like impartial on YouTube. Like to help create a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's a hair different if like they created this thing and then suddenly he's like,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna pay you, and he's like, this is the greatest ever, and maybe he doesn't. I mean, but
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the KDH victory thing, where
Yeah.
I'm also like, what's like they funded a company they
invested.
believed in,
Yeah.
like, oh,
Well-
you bastards, you know.
That's just odd. That's just an odd
It is.
take, I think, and maybe it's because the common thread here, Europeans. I just, and I don't mean that bad. I'm just saying, like, I think there's a different mindset. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because here we're like, invest, hell yeah, you know, make some money, cool. But maybe
Hey,
it's
your money,
a different thing.
your business.
It's not going to be a ton of money. It's
No.
a pedal thing. It's just
I mean, it's
Oh,
just a,
yeah, don't worry. He's getting rich. He's raking in the millions. Because me and 10 other people know this pedal came out. Like,
well,
fuck off.
that's true too, right?
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, it did look awesome to be
it
fair.
looks dope.
and I like it, and I like that company.
Yeah.
Cornerstone is a great pedal company.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like $300
Yeah,
or $400. I think $400 maybe.
Probably right there.
$3.99 maybe.
Never mind, screw 'em.
It might be $2.99. I can't remember. I looked it.
No,
we
man,
looked it up. but
I
it
will
was-
buy one. Like,
I want to hear it. It sounds amazing.
I've spent
It-
that much
it did
on
sound
stuff-
really amazing.
pedals like that, no problem.
We're gonna come back to this. I have to know about my junk is being discussed in the comments, and I'm confused. I'm gonna need some
Listen,
clarification.
Don't worry about your junk.
I'm not
because
against it. Apparently, Tom says they own all my junk.
I like Tom Betty's comments. Good.
Tom
Which is
said
fine.
he's funding my pedal. Fuck Eric Clapton drive. The FEC, dude. I gotta, okay, like, we know a couple of people who, obviously, we got friends who make amps, pedals, stuff like that. I'm gonna have somebody make me the FEC drive, and I'm gonna design a drive pedal. It's gonna have Eric Clapton on it. It's gonna be awesome.
I want you to have one. I want the picture of him where he's kind of got like the weird sort of bob thing in the '60s, and then his eyes turn red when you kick it on. That's kind of what I want to have. I want you. I mean, that would be kind of amazing. Kind of amazing.
My overdrive pedal should be described as hairy and come in olive drab. I agree. FEC, dude. Coming soon. I'm working on this, man.
FEC.
I'm messaging Anthony now. I'm gonna be like,
Imagine when Eric hears about it.
You know
Just
what?
imagine.
I'm gonna message this to Mike. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do, dude. We're gonna get Mike straight.
I think that's what Mike should come out swinging with.
The FEC.
The FEC. The FEC.
I'm
And then we
messaging
have
him
like
now.
the FEC Deluxe. We got all sorts of great things. I think Sean secretly loves Eric Clapton. I think it too. Oh my God.
There we go. I messaged him. What's going on? What the hell? Surrender. Sell out douche-tards Sean and Jonathan making fun of Europeans. Imagine that.
God bless Surrender.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, for $50, fuck the Europeans. That's what I say.
Will do my due diligence and get an FEC underway. If you guys would enjoy that, and I think it's just something for all of us. Like, what would...
The fact that Jonathan and Baxter love Eric Clapton is why it's even funny.
Oh, it's amazing. This is going to be incredible.
That's the funny
I mean, I'd even play it. I'd be like, hey, it's just too good. It's too good.
He's one of the few rock stars I would like to meet.
Cocaine.
Yes. In his Rolls Royce.
Listen, do we need to, since we got Surrender here?
Oh, yeah. Unveil it. Also, Surrender. We haven't forgot about Bohemian Rhapsody. Obviously, things
Although
have
we're
been
trying.
odd. But I think we're actually going to be able to do something kind of cool with that now. That'll be a little bit different and off the wall. I think you should play this in it.
And Sean, let people know we did it become when we were taking a break.
Too easy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah, I
got-
think everybody knows we've sort of taken a break from normal-ish videos for like the month, basically.
That's right. But we're coming back with some heat here soon. So get excited. We've been working on some things. We've, as you can see, been moving some things around. There's a lamp now.
Huh.
I've been working on this one jazz chord.
Wow. You're really getting better.
This is the best jazz guitar.
Danger zone.
Sweetwater said so. No, this may somehow
Be better than the other.
be better than that. This is the ketchup,
Well, yeah.
the hot dogger.
I'm more of a mustard man myself, I'll be honest.
Something
Ketchup
about
is
mustard,
cool.
chili, and onion. Whew. Imagine right now if we had like 4 hot
Fried
dogs
green
with mustard,
tomato.
chili, and onion.
Heinz 57.
Listen, if you ever
French
come down
fried
this way,
tomato.
but not a little further south, Southern Pines is like what I'd like to call a little highbrow. If you ever go a little further south, down to the line of the Carolinas, North South Carolina, there's a little place called Stanton's Barbecue. It's out there. You could actually land your plane there. Like if you got a little 2-seater, like crop duster kind of thing, they got a little place to land your plane. But people, it's pretty full every day.
Not bad, huh?
I'm just saying. Now their barbecue is great, but their cheeseburgers and their hot dogs with mustard, chili, and onion, I can't even imagine.
I'm
what's being
sorry.
said.
Sorry, Ned put one in. Every time I look down, it's Ned saying something. He said, ketchup is for orphans. I don't know. That just got me. So I was like, damn it. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I was
Stanton's
just saying,
Barbecue.
Stanton's Barbecue. Not many people know about it. It's out of the way. They used to have a giant pig on their roof. Sadly, that's not there anymore.
I miss stuff like that. Like Jackson Brothers Barbecue out in Sanford. Same thing. They split that stuff off too. They had a pig. They got rid of it. I'm like, damn it. It's not Jackson Brothers anymore. It's a whole different thing. Stubbs. That's what it is. Stubbs is okay. Nothing against Stubbs. Like, if I doubt any of those people are watching this. But if you do, hey, sorry. Jackson Brothers is better, dude. What do you want?
I just like the Stanton's is out in the middle of nowhere. There's no strip malls. There's no nothing. There's no house. I mean, it's just out. It's literally in the middle of a field.
You mean
I
the
just
way
love that.
God intended?
The way God intended.
Yes.
That's
do
right.
miss-
Alan Mitchell says it. I'm from South Carolina, and to us, a hot dog is mustard, chili, and onions. That's the way. It's amazing. And a cheeseburger is the same. If you have a cheeseburger, mustard, chili, and onion, it's just good. It's good. So, anyways, what else are we talking about? Now that we got the hot dogger out.
Virginia Monk's BBW is amazing. There's no way it's BBW, dude. Come on.
I hope it is. I hope it is. So, but that was all that was our Paul Davis news. Just some guy saying,
Pretty
"Oh,
much. I
you
was like,
sold
that's
out."
lame. But also, I just wanted to share the pedal because I thought it looked really cool.
The pedal did look cool.
I think
to
it's
be fair.
dope. I
The pedal
am
did
gonna
look
try
really
it.
cool.
BBC. Ned knows. I would definitely go out of my way to get one, so I probably will. Just because I think it is cool. Chris Thomas said, my bad. Nah, that's funny, dude. What else is going in the guitar world? There's been some interesting stuff. I saw a random Instagram post, and we'll call it news. This guy, whatever it was, that might have been Rap TV or something. Rock has overtaken country music as the #1 growing genre by audience base. So, like, the audience is growing, I guess.
The rock and roll is back.
It's back. You can't get rid of it. People want it.
Do you think that is like radio? I mean, country music is like literally, it is absurd to me.
Yeah.
How many kids come in for lessons and all they want to learn, like, they're like, oh, we love country music. And the entirety of that is Morgan Wallen. Like, I mean, that man puts out like 8 songs a day. I mean, I don't understand it.
I thought about this the other night.
And they're all sort of.
I was complaining to Skylar about it, my soon-to-be wife. Here's the problem.
I mean, it's not done yet.
You ready? Oh yeah, no, we haven't sealed the deal yet. She can still run. She can be like, I'm out of this. Everybody who got upset about what's her name? Oh, Beyonce having like the #1 grossing country tour and all this stuff, right? This is gonna make sense here in a second. All those people, I kind of want to walk up to and slap a little bit, not because they're complaining about that. I'm like, well, y'all took it here, okay? It started with Florida Georgia Line, and it matriculated in. Now we got a Morgan Wallen, okay?
I mean, all that stuff was like it was them. It was early Thomas Rhett. It was really like
Jason Aldean,
like Sam Hunt.
Sam Hunt. Oh God, I forgot about that.
That's better if you do, probably.
Body like a back road. No, all that garbage. Okay, listen, they brought it there. Okay, Sturgill, Tyler Childers,
because all that stuff was just like bad soul.
Yes, it's like bad
No offense
R&B.
to our pal Brian Bonds.
No offense to Brian. Brian, you're a damn legend. Dude.
So at least some of the Florida Georgia Line was just like super feel good.
Sure.
Not deep.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like
also,
we've gone like even more lower common denominator with.
And I'm kind of like, if you wanna like listen, it's up to us, right? We're the population. Put the people who are doing the real shit up. Throw them up on top, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
There's a lot of good country music out there.
There's a lot of good country music out there.
You just gotta dig, dude.
I
just
think,
a little bit.
I think it's all just kind of blurs into like Americana.
Well, it's the same way with
rootsy.
rock right now, right?
Yeah.
It's not rock and roll anymore. It's indie blank. I'm in an indie post-grunge band.
Yeah, because what does it have to be to be rock? You know what I mean? Like, I love, right now, the Ray Clay Strays.
Yeah.
Favorite new band. My little boy loves them. We're actually going to see him in a couple weeks, and which will be like his first, like, real concert. But what do you call them? Like, I don't really call them rock, but they're not really country. But it's sort of like...
It's easier to say Americana, but I'll tell you this.
That just means there's guitars.
It's a little country. They write songs like a country artist would, but they, to me, we've almost subgenred ourselves to death. So I'm kind of like, hey.
I say we get rid of all of them.
I think we get rid of all of them.
You just make records. You just make music.
You make records. You make music. And whenever we talk about country, shut up, dude. Because country kicks, all right? I'll take an Old Town Road or a Shabuzi as long as I get my Tyler Childers or my Sturgill Simpson. You know
There's
what I mean?
room for all the stuff, you know. I think half of the problem is having sort of people at the top in the industry who just shove that stuff down everybody. This is what everyone, the masses want to hear.
This is what you want.
I wish that. I mean, and I get it. That's that's what happens.
I'm in an indie crop dusting Sean's junk band. How'd you know? Okay, so
Alan says, y'all to me, country still means Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings. Mariah. I mean, yeah, that is
I definitely agree with that.
That's the deal.
Southern River Band is straight rock and roll. Go ahead, sorry.
I mean, rock is such a random.
Well,
rock is such a wide.
I think, and here's the issue with genres. You ready?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. There's a lot of artists out there who take the buzzword and they shove it in front of whatever they do because they're like, well, it's the buzzword. That's the only way people are going to look at me and listen to me. I'm kind of like, hey, Or you just tell them that you're fucking rock and roll, bro. Kick the door down. Knock it out. Be done. Like, don't say, why are you worried about that? You don't need to tell everybody that you're a blah, 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 blah. Like, be. Show. Do. That's what you are. Anyway, sorry.
Agreed.
Jug bands need to make a comeback. Insane Clown Posse is Kiss for people who were alive for 9/11 but don't remember it.
Oh, God. Well, there you go.
You're not far off, Ned.
What a. Yeah. The ICP.
ICP.
Hot take. All the 90s country we love set us up for the pop bro country we have now. I mean, I think there's an argument to maybe be made there.
I think he's right, too.
The slippery slope argument.
Because I love Brooks and Dunn. I love Garth Brooks, of course. But I promise you...
It's just funny that, like, Alan Jackson seems a really long way from Morgan Wallen.
But that's,
you know what I mean?
That's what it is, dude. You're not wrong. $5. Fucking rock and roll band bonus,
Still
dude.
getting bonuses there.
Yes, dude.
Still getting... Skiffle.
Yes, sir. Thank
We
you.
all need to just drop everything and start listening to Skiffle. Hey, that's how Jimmy Page got his start.
Isn't Garth Brooks a serial killer? Yes.
Yes,
Yes, he is.
Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines, dude.
Chris Gaines,
Where's
serial
the
killer.
bias, G? It is funny that, like, the clips that have gotten out from the Chris Gaines movie they were going to put out, and he's like, they're talking about him. He's like, Chris is crazy, man. He brought a chainsaw on the tour bus one time. I was like, what? What's he doing with
Anybody that brings a chainsaw on the tour bus, I'm probably done. Probably out.
That's
for
a little weird. I'm like,
It's not a lot of places to move. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
there's a lot of. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Brought all these sex toys and deviant items. It was a weird thing, man.
So back to nerdy guitar talk.
Give it to me.
I did put 11s on my 335 this
Woo!
week.
How you feel about that?
Pretty good. You know what? It doesn't play that differently. Like, because, you know, and the reason I did it, right, is like I've been on a Strat Telly kick for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So then when I picked up my 335 the other night,
Yeah.
it just felt so slinky. I was like, God.
You know,
No beat. And to be fair, the 335, probably, it's been a while, and I've played that guitar so much, probably needs a little setting up. But I just thought 11s would make slides sound better, right? Because the heavier string gauge you go, the louder the fundamental tone is on playing. I mean, that's just the truth of it, no matter what, right? So I thought, okay, well, this will make slide a little easier. I've had 11s for a while now on the Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
It's Fender scale, so it's even chunkier. But I mean, you just play that guitar differently anyway, so that's fine, whatever. But I put the 11s on. No real noticeable difference from playing the Fender stuff. Like, I feel like I could do any bend I want to do. It's not like crazy taxing to my hands since I'm used to 10s on 25.5-inch scale length.
Yeah.
And I do think maybe it sounds a little fatter playing slide.
I think it's definitely going to play a little fatter. I need to hear that thing in person now. Here's what I think we got to do. We got to get into a war now.
A war?
Yeah, so you went to 11s. I need to go to 12s.
Oh my God!
And you got to go to 13s. And then by the end of this, we're going to be playing bass 6 strings.
I'm playing 16s, guys. That gets into the crazy, like the Joey Landreths and all those guys are playing like that's tuned to B, and I only play fuzz slide. By the way, what do we think of the new aerial pose and Strat?
You know, I keep going back and forth. I see photos of it and I'm like, cool. And then I see him and I'm like, not cool. Yeah.
Man.
It is cool, but it's also like I don't know. I'm excited for us to get it in and see how it goes. See how
I think it's gonna sound cool.
Yeah.
Does
What
it
do
have
you
his
think?
name on there anywhere? Like maybe
I'm
the neck
sure.
plate?
Yeah.
Where's his name at?
He put Ariel on the whole back of the guitar, actually. So no.
Bean Lamb says it's not a Strat, but it's cool. I'm kind of with that. It's not really a Strat. You know what I mean?
no.
It's a Strat shape.
It's a stretch shape hardtail.
But it could be cool, you know? I don't know.
P90s.
When you switched from 10 to 11, did you need to work on the nut? I thought that maybe I would, but it seems to be fine. Last night was the longest I've played it since I did it, and everything stayed in tune. Intonation all seems to be fine. There's a lot of times when you just go up one gauge or down a gauge that you can get by without changing anything. I actually, honestly, I thought that maybe I'd have to tweak the neck and it does seem like there's maybe a little more relief in the neck, but I actually kind of think I like it. I'll say this: the Falcon came with 11s, and I went to 10s for a while, and I think that made more of a difference in as far as how much the guitar moved, like how like needing to tweak some things, than going from 10 to 11s on the Gibson. So maybe it could be a season of 11s.
What do you
for
hate
Johnny.
having to tweak on a setup more whenever you do that? On a Tele or on like a 335? Like bumping up the string gauge. Is it easier on the 335 just to like whittle those wheels up just a little bit versus like a Tele where you gotta like go through all the saddles and stuff? Probably don't give a damn, I'm sure, but
I don't give much of a damn, dude. I've set my telly up, and I just never have to mess with my particular telly, which is part of the reason why I love it. And I don't ever, I cannot see myself ever changing. When I first got that telly, it was long enough ago that there were 9s on it. There were some of the custom shops, I guess, came with 9s, or either whoever ordered it, asked for 9s. So I switched it over to 10s, tweaked it. Even the last time that I changed the saddles, right, when I went to those Callahan, the compensated saddles, I like made a little template for myself, marked where they should be, set it back to that. It was good, and I haven't touched it since then. But it's,
you're gonna have to touch it now, though. You ready? That sounded wrong. Anyways,
we're back to the junk. Back
the
to the junk discussion.
Music City Bridge just released
a Telly bridge?
Telly saddles, dude. That are, and I just ordered those other ones on Monday. I was so
How much
pissed.
are they though?
They're only $38. Hang on, I know I can't share
Let's
this
see
with
'em.
you
Let's
guys,
see 'em.
but I'm
Let's
gonna
see
pull
'em.
them up for Johnny so we can talk about them.
Let's just see them.
The ad popped up, and I said, "Damn it!" So they call them Groove Master saddles, and I'm gonna explain to you what they are. So he's talking. They got Uncle Larry talking about the issues, right, and all that. Not good, right?
Not good.
Throw that down. Look at that.
What in the...
So they took a brass saddle, and they cut in the screw-like grooves to it.
Yeah.
How it's got the thread, I should say, not the screw. So thread-like
like a
grooves.
60s threaded steel saddle,
But with brass, and there is no cut to it, so it's not like an actual thread. It's just these markings, these lines that go through it to help you make sure that you can adjust your string spacing.
Ah.
Incredible.
Well, see, I had the ones that I have, man. I had the guys at Hanson and Crawford. It was actually his idea. He cut me a groove in the back, not on the top where the string rests, the back of the saddle, where the edge of it just barely the string goes over it. So it sits, on the top of the saddle the way it's supposed to be with no groove.
Yeah.
But that way I know it's in the same place every single time. It's right over the magnets. That's kind of smart. If you got like a great tech or luthier or something, you can have do that on brass saddles. It just takes all the guesswork out, because I used to do that, and I'm a little OCD, so I would agonize over, are my strings perfectly spaced? Are they straight? Oh my God, can I feel it? And then but yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool though.
So that was smart.
I need to pick that up as like a note, because I've never thought about doing that with any setups. That's smart as hell. Mark Stanton just got us hip to this, and I know where I'll be heading at NAMM this coming up year. I met those guys from Music City Bridge at NAMM, picked up a roller bridge for Gretsch. I'm like, what? I'm going to go meet Joe Glazer. I'm going to go buy a damn piece of Music City Bridge gear.
Yeah. Mark said he met him. I don't know if I've ever enjoyed a roller bridge on a Gretsch. I hate to say that. I just don't. Bridges are funny things. As much as I love Gretches, I hate most of their bridges. I feel like that's one thing they really do better. Even though I like some of the vintage select models better, across the board, I sort of like the bridge stuff on the Players editions better. Sadly, but Mary Cheese says, if it was me, I'd file a slot in those saddles myself. Still get the string exactly where I want. Yeah, I mean, you could do that.
Roller
Mark says they're great for centering the strings. That makes sense, you know what I mean? Because they're going to sit in exactly where you want them.
I'm trying to talk Johnny out of, or talk him into getting rid of his Gretsch.
Who wants it?
Who wants a Gretsch?
Taking trade offers.
He's not
It
getting.
would have to be something pretty good.
I mean, how much do you like the Gretsch? I feel like you love it, but I'm also like, it's solely just like a me thing. I'm like, man, I don't know. I've never bonded with the Gretsch, so I'm like,
I just think it's a thing for me. Like, I just enjoy them. It just brings me, like, again, it's no real crazy like, there's no gig where I'm like, well, I gotta have this Gretsch. I mean, there's just not. There's not. You
it's
know?
just a cool.
I
guitar.
just have always liked them. I've always had like this weird soft spot for them. It's not my really playing style. Like, I just think they're neat. I don't know.
Neat.
When I sit and hold my Gretsch on my couch alone, I'm like, man, this is a lot of fun. This is cool. And that's some of guitar. Like, I have often in my life get caught up in guitar as like the utility of it, because have always been trying to make money and like you know, somewhat a living doing that stuff,
rather than just having some that you're like, man, I just really like.
Well,
this.
sometimes you can lose the joy of things, and I've sold things in the past that brought me a lot of joy, but I just like, well, I need this practical thing for these gigs, or you know, I need to pay bills or whatever. So like, just I don't know. I think there's something about having a guitar that you're just like, oh, I just enjoy this.
It's a cool perspective.
You know,
I like that. We should all have a little bit of that in our life.
And I know if I sold it, I'd be like, man, I really want a Gretsch. Wish I had a Gretsch. You know, a Gretsch would be really nice. And I've actually owned, how many Gretches have I owned? 1, 2, 3. I guess that's really only the 4th or so Gretsch that I've ever owned. But pretty good one.
I thought I would miss my Gretsch.
No!
But it
just does
don't.
not. Just does not. If I could switch it all out, if I could like go back in time, my favorite Gretsch I've ever had was probably the Tennessee Rose that I had, that I sold. I sold it not long after I moved to Nashville to
painted F-holes, right?
the painted F-holes. That was a great guitar.
Can we talk about practice? How do you practice? When do you end?
Practice.
You know what? I like this. Let's do this, because we were talking about this the other day. I got some plot holes in my practicing scenario. Let's do a little like faux up lesson on this. Actually, would you want to do something like that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Would you guys like that? A little like, not a full on lesson, but like a lesson enough of maybe what we both do whenever we just sit down to practice, but also the things like, there's some questions I got. I think this could be fun. I don't know. Let's see. Let me grab a guitar. Something dope.
How do we practice? No one practices.
No one practices. You
All
won't
right,
catch
Sean.
me practicing.
You go first.
All right. So, if I can get set up here so I don't bang you with this guitar. Practice-wise, I like to start by doing this chromatic walk-up thing. And I'll do this like every day. Like that, basically. And I go all the way back up and down, right? I call it the catwalk, but it's basically up one string, up one fret, right? And I'll change out the rhythms of it and stuff. But I try and meticulously do it and slow myself down.
Now, what's your goal when you're doing that?
It's mainly to get my fingers warmed up and just moving.
So that's sort of a warm-up thing.
So I go from that, and then working on rhythms. I use it to work on like triplets or whatever. So I'll go like. All the way up and stuff. Then, like, that's solely just to get warmed up, rhythm, all that stuff. Both hands. Up and down, back and forth, and I'll do that for like 5 or 10 minutes maybe. And then I've been working on these coil scales.
So just going back, kind of like
That's
2 step
right.
forward, 1 step back kind of
That's
idea.
exactly right. And then I might do that a few times over. Just once again, still just warming up, getting the dexterity and stuff, and my fingers warmed up and going. And then I go back and I'll do this long form one. And what I'll do is I'll go up in the key of C, and then I go back down in the key of G, and then I go back up in the key of D, and then I go back down in the key of A, and then I go back up in the key of E. And whenever I end on E to E, which is kind of cool. So
That's cool.
through doing that, it's kind of like me testing like my knowledge of okay, yeah, like, and I'll kind of say the notes to myself as I'm playing. So I'll be like, G, A, B, C, D, E.
Now, how often do you do this? Is it a set time? How regimented is that?
I'm pretty bad about like scheduling stuff like this out, but I have made it a habit over the last 2 or 3 months recently to just sit down and try and do that all once a day to once every other day, and doing all that stuff for about 45 minutes or so, like over the course of it might be broken down a little bit. Like I might do that for a minute, get up and go do something in the house, and then come back over, pick up the guitar, and do the next part of it. But I treat it like I would, like, I do this many push-ups, I do this many sit-ups, I go for this long of a run, and then I come back around to it. Now, that's all great for a lot of lead playing, but when it comes to my rhythm playing and stuff, I was telling Johnny yesterday, I feel like I've actually neglected a lot, because my lead playing, I think, has picked up a ton, but I've kind of neglected my rhythm to the point that I don't have it as dialed in as I'd like. So, I think before we get into any of that, let's run through what Johnny Robinson does for his warm-up practice routine kind of stuff.
I used to do that thing a lot. Just down, just chromatically. Like, I'm talking to you a long time ago, just doing that. Just to sync up your hands,
you got me hip to that about how important it is to...
It's pretty important to have your fingers, if you're trying to pick at any sort of, not fast, but just moving along, just sync up your fingers. But, man, I rarely practice. I just play, Like, I play every day. A lot of times at night if I'm just sitting around. And, I mean, that was from the very beginning for me. Like, when I got into playing, it was never a chore. It was like, man, I really wish I was playing guitar now. So just every free moment I had, if it was in the morning before school, if it was at night after football practice, if I had, I dragged guitar to school, so like it was just playing all the time. And I had stuff I worked on, like scale, I used to play scales just like ad nauseum, and then all the different ways you could play them, and like the weird thing where you like hammer on with your pinky and then you hammer on with your ring finger, all that stuff. I just don't do much of that anymore. Like I might have a certain style of lick that I'm working on. Usually if I'm working on a thing, it's because it's a song I want to be able to play, right? Like, and I'd say a lot of my hours playing, like through, like even living in Nashville, was mostly just learning songs, because you just learn stuff for.
Totally.
And if you come across the thing in the song where you're like, that's tricky for me, I'd work on that.
Yeah.
If it was like a chicken picking thing, or a lick I couldn't do, or like a hammer on like legato-y thing that I had to work on, like I'd work on that stuff. But I, rarely do I work on that stuff now, other than, I might mess around with like different chord shapes, or I got in a thing where I was messing with like how to use diminished chords, or like I don't know. I probably get as much practice. Well, I don't know. I just think there's no substitute for just having the guitar in your hands and just playing.
Yeah.
Now you got to get to a certain level before that's true. I mean, I had spent years of doing sort of regimented practice things.
But exactly what you're saying. There's a ton of time that I spend, randomly, and I know you're the same, because there's times where, you take a second and you pick up a guitar and you play something, just play it, and you get like, it's kind of weird, and I'm sure we can all relate to this somewhat. There's like this obsession thing of a lick or a riff, me showing you the Jason Isabel double bends and stuff like that. Like, you just get hung up on something.
Well, see, and it's like you find things like that are. That's not a song. That's a concept, right? Yes. Like, I want to be able to do that thing. But I do think there's something great about learning, like, a song. Lessons help that. Teaching lessons helps with that. Because your kids... Like, I had a kid yesterday that wanted to learn Walk This Way by Aerosmith. Which is not crazy hard. But it is a little tricky, like, that riff, if you're not doing it a lot and you don't practice it, what I mean?
When was the last time you played it, and you're like, oh, yeah.
And the rhythm to that song, like, the rhythm part where they're singing over is actually... To do it right... Yeah. Kind of tricky, and I was like, well, damn, this is a little tricky. The solos are the easiest stuff, because they're all just like pentatonic, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal, but to do all the rhythm things in that song right, it's and to get all the little like the little mutes that they do, or
Yeah.
kind of awesome. So like that helps me a ton, and I've tried to get me better about songs that I've always wanted to learn, or maybe I wanted to learn when I was younger that were like maybe out of my what I could actually do.
Yeah.
Now I try to go back and say, I think I'll just mess around with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's for a gig. I try to make it where it's just for fun for me.
Yeah.
But that's most of the.
Yeah.
Now I'll sit and practice like. Well, and a lot of the things that I actually go and play on, like gig things, like whether it's with Robbie or whoever, I will practice things like, the easiest way to connect like triads and different keys.
Yeah.
So if I'm somewhere and they're like, we're gonna play this song in E flat, and I'm like, whatever. I'll think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's always randomly at night, like at 11 o'clock at night on the couch.
Yeah.
Decompressing.
I do the same thing. It's almost like I try and trip myself up by asking myself, well, what if I had to play it here instead? And playing with Chelsea, this is a great exercise in that too. We're about to play this First Friday thing where the Jonathan Robinson Band will be headlining, playing the whole thing, and me and sweet Chelsea Dawn got the opportunity to open up for him. But she changes the keys to a lot of these songs, and even some of them from like songs that we've been playing, she's changed the key. So it's like, okay, let me think about this and actually dig into it. It's kind of fun. It's a good challenge.
The only time I find that tricky is when it's like an open string riff that's really important to the song.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
And you're like, oh, God.
And we got a couple of those that I'm like, damn it, man. But I will say I'm entering a phase, and I have been for the last couple months, I think, too. This maybe goes along with practice. I didn't think about it until you said that. There's a lot of things, I don't want to say neglected, but like I never learned how to play like Led Zeppelin songs and all the riffs of things and getting into stuff like that. So recently I've started and I've gotten deep into them, and like just to like try and get them right to what the song is, whether it's a song like Kashmir where I'm doing like the alternate tune in the Dad Gad thing, or even just like A Whole Lot of Love and different things like that. Like,
got a whole lot of love. I feel like I need to learn to play A Whole Lot of Love the right way. Now
that's what I've been pushing myself to do, is be like, push up.
And he really does some weird thing like the little bend thing, and I'm like, oh, dang it, And sometimes like I'll learn things by ear and then realize that they actually played it in a different spot, and I'll be like, oh, let me go learn that just for fun. Those are just for fun things, though.
Well, knowing how to play
those
things,
just for fun things
in two places, I think, is always cool.
The Joe Walsh way. That's right.
The Walsh way. A Walshism.
Mick Drama Bear says learning to play and sing has really helped him. I think that is a big thing. I was lucky in that I was dumb when I was learning. I had no idea. Goodbye, sir. I just never separated those things.
Yeah.
Like the way I didn't know anything about rhythm, and nobody was telling me about counting either when I was learning. So I was just listening, and then like the words were always my sort of map of. Yeah. In the beginning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was just, it also just made sense to me. Oh, I want to be able to play and sing this thing. I don't know.
I mean, that's been more of a challenge for me, but I think it's because, in a weird, it works for me, and I'm sure you ran into this same issue. That works out real great, and feels really good whenever they are singing and it's kind of hitting on the change. But whenever you have a song where they've syncopated some of that, or they're hitting it in a different place, it's almost set me back in certain ways, because I'm like, oh, I don't need to play the guitar rhythm that matches what I'm singing. I need to play a guitar rhythm that I'm singing over now.
It's weird when they're not necessarily complementary things, or they're like counterpoint to each other, right? Yes. And it's easy to fall into always path the least resistance and have like one rhythm thing that you do no matter what. Like, so if you can learn to do sort of more complicated things, I can remember a handful of songs along the way that taught me that. I remember trying to learn to play, and this is gonna be like lame, but I worked on this forever to be able to play "Satellite" by Dave Matthews and sing the verse at the same time.
Yeah, and you're talking like the actual,
doing
the weird fucking.
satellite, and then doing that thing. I can't sing it really because it's way high, but I just don't want to be able to do it. Like I wanted to be able to say those words
And
while I was
do
playing
that.
that thing, and
Which is extremely difficult if you don't know.
No.
Like I'm not much of a Dave Matthews fan, I'll be honest with you, but I will say he writes some really tricky damn guitar parts in there to try and sing over at the same time. And the fact that he's pulling all that off and kind of like doing his weird dance
and just
while he's
singing
doing it.
like it's a nothing.
Yeah.
And some of that, man, is like when you write those things.
Oh, it's
And you do them naturally, it's like idiosyncratic, like what I mean, because I have riffs that I write that I have no problem
Yeah.
for me to play and sing, but they're kind of hard for me to explain
Oh yeah, no.
what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
But that's the tricky thing in learning some of these songs sometimes, because it's not like a straightforward thing. But some of the Dave Matthews stuff, man, like I remember trying to learn that,
It's not.
and it's just
Yeah.
because it's not like a play this chord like it's a feel, and this is muted on this accent of this sort of syncopated beat. I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
fun.
no, I get you. Yeah, it is not a
Um,
traditional way of playing.
But I mean, that to me, that's kind of the genius of Dave Matthews. Is it's all those the rhythms and the way he uses chords, and
Yeah.
pretty awesome. But yeah, do a
And,
Billy Madison impression to sing like Dave Matthews. I watched the stupid Happy Gilmore 2, and I thought it was funny, but I mean, of course, it's dumb because like, what did you expect? You know what I mean? But yeah.
What?
Mary McChee says Dave Matthews Band is playing their best stuff right now. They're smoking hot live. I can believe that.
Smoking.
I mean, I've always thought they were kind of fun live. You know what I mean? And they're probably all better musicians than they've ever been right now, honestly. Sean just abandoned me.
I just ran away.
Abandoned.
You know, I've never even held this thing, and I don't know why I just haven't thought about it.
Adam Price says it's hard to hear the guitar with all the horns and everything going. I think that's why I loved all of the like live at Luther College with like just Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds, like the acoustic stuff. I always loved because you could hear exactly what the guitar's doing. Because yeah, it can be a little tricky to hear the guitars, especially in the studio. Which there's studio recordings. I think Mary McCheese, we had this conversation the other day. Totally different thing than their live recordings. But yeah, the guitar, especially acoustic guitar, gets lost in some of that stuff. Uh-oh, what we got? Where did that come from? I know we had another one of those.
Yeah, baby.
No one tells me anything.
We've had it for a bit. Surprisingly, I just haven't played the damn thing, which is dumb.
Yeah, no, Mary McChee says, yeah, I knew Tim Reynolds was around all the time pretty much now. I just didn't know that, but the sax player from Bella Flag, that's kind of awesome. And then it breaks. Bam.
Whoa.
I know it's sort of cheesy, but I do think it's kind of the Warren Haynes, Dave Matthews, Cortez the Killer in Central Park.
Cortez the Killer is
Kind of
song.
amazing. That song is awesome, right? Sometimes if you're not crushing it with like great musicians, it's very boring. Like it just lulls on and on and on. But like in that scenario.
Oh yeah. Well, especially if you're like not actually, yeah.
Ned says, I miss when Dave Matthews played the Gibson Chet Atkins SST. Dude, I miss that guitar too. You know what I really love? There was a band, you guys probably remember them, called Tonic, and that dude always played one of those Chet Atkins SSTs, and I went through a phase where I loved it. Loved it.
Tonic?
Amazing.
We're listening to Tonic today.
You know that album is called The Lemon Parade or something?
Yes.
So, God, The General's Daughter. I mean, that's an awesome song, and I remember like that stuff seems very simple to me now, but at the time, man, I couldn't do any of that stuff. I know. We were like, oh my God, learn it. Gotta learn it. That was maybe one of the first little slide things I ever tried to do. Because it came out, it was one of the tabs in Guitar World one month, I'm sure. And I was like, hell
Talk
yeah.
about whatever Tonic was doing for that record and like Marcy's Playground had for that one, there was like there was a genre there that should have been explored more, and it never got.
Well,
there.
it was just a moment in time, right?
It
And
was
then everybody
like
was like,
dumped.
"It's dumb," they're like, "This is," and it was just gone. But I mean, none of those bands seem to be able to do it again. We've talked about this. Even like the Wallflowers, as good as that first record is, the rest of them are dog shit. Like they're bad.
No.
You know what I mean?
And we love the Wallflowers too. Just put
I'd
that
go
out
see
there.
him right now, and I kind of love Jacob Dylan.
Yes,
Uh,
even though He's goofy.
but I love him, and I mean, like,
Yeah.
that was a part of my early love for Telecaster. Seeing him standing there all stoic and like lanky with his legs together playing that Telecaster, I was like, oh my god, I gotta have one of those. Rock and Roll Machine. Mighty Woodrow says there's a few tonic songs I'd love to cover. Same. I think add them to the list. Mighty Woodrow. I also heard that a live song yesterday, not Lightning Crashes, because it's so boring in a bar to play it for the first little bit, unless it's like semi-acoustic. Like Ruben, my friend Ruben does it, and it's fine, but
it is really hard to get that song to have like the
life.
room has to get quiet and everybody
has to be watching you, and it helps if you like wrote that. Then it's cool. But if you're just like, I'm gonna play
it's real hard.
placenta,
Placenta falls.
I remember getting infatuated with that as a kid, though. Like, wow. But anyways, the song I was talking about is "I Alone." That's a great song. I alone love you. We gotta add some. We're for those of you that don't know, we're talking about putting a '90s band together with our friend the Mighty Woodrow, and I think that it would be awesome to put some Better Than Ezra in there too.
Yeah, totally.
Living with you, it was good.
Dude, if we're putting Better Than Ezra in there, you know who else we got to put in there? Some Everclear, dude.
I think it's already on there. I think Woodrow's already got that on his that initial set list, dude.
I'd sing that. I'd holler that.
Father of mine.
Tell me where.
Days of Anew. Is it Days of Anew or is it Days of the New? I thought it was Days of the New. Yeah, I don't know. Can y'all play any SOAD?
System of a Down.
Chop Suey.
I don't know any.
No, I can't.
The
New Radicals, man. I'm remembering all these things. I love Seven Mary 3. Everybody wants to hear Cumbersome, but my favorite Seven Mary 3 song is Lucky. If I stay lucky, then my tongue will stay tight. That was a great song. God, how does that song go?
What do you think about Collective Soul?
Band.
Thank you.
Pass.
Yeah.
How does that Lucky song go? Do you know that song?
Nope.
Do you know that song? If I stay lucky, then my tongue will stay. If I stay lucky, then my tongue will stay tight. Something like that. That's a great song. I gotta look it up. The chords are cooler than that, though. Sister Hazel, I can handle some Sister Hazel. I went to see Vertical Horizon, like, in the very, God, that might have been 2000 or 1999. I took my sister and a couple of her friends with my friend James Kroom, and we went to see Vertical Horizon, Stroke 9. I know. I tried to play that song, the Little Black Backpack song, for my kids the other day. I was like, God, this is horrible. Why did I ever like it? But anyways, Vertical Horizon holds up in my humble opinion. But the headliner was Third Eye Blind.
Hey, so Anthony.
They were amazing.
Sweet Anthony at Marla Amplification. He made me go watch the Third Eye Blind Tiny Desk. And I'm sorry, I told him this. I was like, I just don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I'm looking at the discography. It was very confusing. I get it, but I also don't. Does that make sense?
I love that album. Well, there's a couple of albums that I love. I don't know that he always translates live as well. Now, when we saw him back then, they were crushing it, dude. And that guitar player was ripping it up. They let him do this whole, like, tappy Van Halen thing. It is like a little interlude. Yeah, see, that first Third Eye Blind album is I think it is amazing. But, what are you going to do?
Different strokes.
Now, Sister Hazel, when I lived in Charleston, used to see them all the time. And I enjoyed them. They were a good band live. Like, some of their later, well, I mean, it all was a little bit cheesy because it's the acoustic rock stuff. But, like, I don't know. Some of it got a little, I was like, eh.
Well,
but the first handful of albums that I was aware of, I really enjoyed most of it,
Who do you think is the band that got the least recognition from that time period? I think I know your answer, and I might even take a guess.
Whew.
And what I mean by time period, I mean like 95 to 2002. That weird era before like Nickelback became the biggest band in the world.
Right.
And spare us the thoughts on Nickelback. We all know
sort of like post grunge.
Yes, the world is in
that
disarray.
Acoustic kind of pop rock, but like
it was just like grungy, but then it was like there's just so many different
And we're in that
iterations.
genre, right?
Yes, we got like Weezer, we got all this other shit.
I'm
going
interested to know who you think my answer is.
on. I think your answer would be, and you may not even know this yet until I say it. I think your answer would be Silverchair. 'Cause
Silverchair was awesome.
Lost a ton of recognition, I think, in the
At the
last 5
time,
years.
they for whatever reason it hasn't. Well, didn't that dude go and do some like pop stuff?
I think so. I think he tried to shift.
Because he was young, man. He was young during that stuff. But that God, that I can't remember the name of that one song. Down, fat boy. Wait till tomorrow. And he had a cool voice, you know.
Wait till tomorrow. Yeah. Like it was you actually telling me that, and I had heard that song before, but I didn't know who the hell Silverchair was, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Somebody said the Goo Goo Dolls. Intercraft said the Goo Goo Dolls.
I enjoyed a lot of the Goo Goo Dolls stuff at the time.
Cake was awesome.
Cake, I've seen Cake a few times.
Yep.
Like that was a great song. In fact, you know how I play these chord things a lot?
Yeah.
The way I came to those chords is I was trying to learn to play Name. And I wanted to do it without tuning.
Oh yeah, it's pretty close.
But then I figured out.
I mean, that's near about spot on.
Well,
I would
but he
believe
does it in a weird
Yeah.
tuning thing. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that was how I came across that chord that I play all the time still. But anyways, all that stuff was, I mean,
That's actually, you know.
Mighty Woodrow. This is why we need our '90s band. He's like, your dad's telling me. I think we have some. Sean talked to our potential drummer. Didn't go as great. So we maybe had to find some.
Yes.
Other.
I think we're gonna have fun.
I think she
I'm
was just
still
like
working on
was
it.
like worried about the commitment, the time.
I'm still working on it. My hope is that she's gonna come around and she's gonna say, you know what, it would just be fun. Like, and I mean, nothing
would.
crazy. Like none of us. I don't think any of us think that this is the ticket to ride. No, it's like we're gonna like go and have fun, and we'll do it. We'll do it as long as it's fun, and then if it becomes weird, it'll be like, hey guys, let's not. I think it'll be good though.
Yeah, I don't even know who my I mean, all these things are so nostalgic for me, just because that was the time when I was like,
Yeah.
learning to play, and it was like high school, and
Yeah, I mean,
you know, that '90s sort of late '90s,
yes.
and all those, and a lot of those bands were out already, but I just, you know,
Yeah.
they were all still on the radio at heavy rotation.
Totally.
So, who's the most overrated of all those bands?
Well, I was gonna say I think the Wallflowers, but I don't want to say that because it's like there's a lot of good songs.
I
on
don't
that
think
first
they were
record.
as big as like Matchbox 20 though. Matchbox 20, and I loved Matchbox 20, and I still do love a lot of Matchbox 20 stuff. I just thought it was good songwriting for the most part, you know what I mean? And some of those songs, like you play 3 a.m.
Yeah.
in anywhere,
People lose their
and
fucking minds.
I don't care if the girls are 20 or 50, they immediately start singing along.
They explode.
Every one of them. They just, you know.
Jay Ryan said Coldplay is the most overrated. I
can maybe agree with that.
well, listen, if you think about it, you know, I mean, they've been the most popular for the most length of time afterwards as well.
Well, it's such like Coldplay is all those bands, but it has this sort of like British kind of sensibility
Yeah.
where it kind of meanders and there's not a lot, you know what I mean? And it's like, I appreciate it. I went through a Coldplay phase where a couple of the albums, like the one with the scientist on it.
Yeah,
you know,
that
like,
record.
I love that record.
Front
I
and
used to
back
listen to it all
is
the
a
time.
really good album.
But
after that,
now
it gets
Baxter
tricky.
is a huge Coldplay
Huge.
fan. He loves this good, and I appreciate it. I just don't enjoy most of it as much. You know, when Clocks came out, I remember how big that was, and I was like, that's cool. But
I mean, God, I do think you could. I think that would be unanimously the one band that you could point to and say they are overly popularized.
they
for
were
that
like,
time.
in a weird way, the biggest rock band in the world for a while.
Oh,
Now I think they're going to go the way of U2.
I think
People
they're gonna,
sort of irritated by them.
They're continuing to do it.
They're gonna
like-
sell out stadiums no matter what. But people are gonna kind of make fun.
What a great
and like,
point,
you
dude.
know,
Like-
I think they're the new.
Whenever U2 did Beautiful
Dude.
Day, you know what they needed to do?
Yeah.
They needed to pack it up, disappear for 10 years.
That was a great album though.
If they
It really
would've
was.
disappeared, dude.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And then come back and said, all right, here's the reunion tour, you'd be like, yes. You want to see them win.
Listen, let's hear. Someone just said this might be on the most underrated, Semisonic, Closing Time. That album, I actually enjoyed that album. There were some great songs on that album, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I just remember playing that CD to death. Like that, there's a song there called Secret Smile. That was great. It was just great.
I haven't listened to it. I need to check it out.
You know?
The Travis Niles said, what bands were underrated? Well, as we were talking about some of those, I do think, and it's hard to say, right? Like, because some of those bands I see get the praise now. Like, somebody commented in there about Oasis. I think Oasis was extremely underrated for a long time. I listened to Oasis a ton, like, throughout high school into, like, starting to, like, go to college and then dropping out. And Oasis did that to me. No, they are, I think only since they've done this reunion and the build-up was so high, like, finally, they've gotten that.
Well, like the thing about it, right, was I remember, being aware of Oasis, right?
Yeah.
And I, obviously knew Wonderwall and Champagne Supernova and all that stuff, and because it was on, that was still like VH1 MTV time. But then I ended up going to England, and I was like, holy shit, they love like it was a different level of superstardom there, and it was them, and it was the Bittersweet Symphony people.
Oh yeah, Verb.
And I was like, no one cares about them here, but there it was like Billboard's Oasis and the Verb.
Richard
like what is going on, dude?
Seen as like a god. Still.
So some of that stuff, right? Like I mean, we kind of we're like, oh, we're the center. I mean, we are the center of the universe, but
we are.
It's a little different sometimes other spots in the world.
Well, and I think taking it in just as like the American, how it was received in America popularly, maybe is like where that underrated factor comes in. Just for this sake of this conversation. But there's a lot of bands I think that were in that Britpop era that didn't get like Blur, and Song 2 being the only song that like hit here in the U.S. is wild to me, because I'm like, I listen to Park Life, that's a killer song. I listen to, what is it? It's Girls, Boys, Girls. That song kicks. I mean, the Blur has a lot of badass songs from that same period that I'm like, damn it. Dude.
Well, it is funny. Like I said, it's just kind of funny. Now, here's one, right?
Beetle Bum is killer. Go ahead.
Kevin Walsh says he saw Semisonic open live in St. Louis for Sheryl Crow, and they're really good. How do we feel about Sheryl Crow?
I don't want to soak up the sun.
When Soak Up the Sun came out, that ruined it for me. I was like, oh, I hate this shit.
Hell no.
But now, up until then, like All I Want to Do, great song. Favorite Mistake, awesome song.
Well, I think before the Soak Up the Sun, there was an Alanis Morissette style, like, chic to Sheryl Crow, in my opinion. Like, at least that's how I felt about it. Like, any of those songs, I was like, yeah, like...
I just wonder, is there, like... Hot take. Sheryl Crow's sort of legend and star sometimes to me is a little above where what you'd expect for maybe the catalog. Because I'm just like,
I do agree with that. And I'll tell you this.
Nothing was that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, she had a lot of hits, like random radio hits. I don't know, man. She somehow became this legendary thing outside of what her actual body of work was. Maybe some of that is being like doing the backup stuff for Clapton in the beginning, like maybe just being in that world, and she does have some amazing musicians in her band. Cred, yeah, maybe so,
But I'm very much more of the mindset, and this is just my feelings. I think Alanis Morissette, that with one record has more juice in that thing.
That was pretty amazing. You like that, and at the time that was a huge cultural.
Alanis Morissette used to drive me insane in a bad way. Like I was like, I can't stand her voice. And then over time, I started to realize how unique that thing is. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So.
And I mean, Mary McChee says Sheryl with Clapton is so good. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that too. But yeah, Soak Up the Sun was kind of for me. I was
Soak Up the Sun. It's like.
And it was such a big feel good summer hit. That's what everyone wanted to hear. When I'd go play with people, they'd want to play that song. I'm like, oh.
It's just, and I've lived through songs that are in that category. I don't know what you'll call them, but they're like, call them obnoxious vacation summertime hits. Like, in the same way that Vacation song, Vacation, all I ever wanted, this Soak Up the Sun, All Summer Long by Kid Rock. Like, there's a lot of songs out there that it's, I don't know, Vacation Court, not good.
Here's an underrated comment. Sheryl Crow should be the same level of famous to me as Nelly Furtado. I love that. Yes. Because Sean's like, who's Nelly Furtado? Exactly. No, I mean, you know.
I know Nelly Furtado.
No, I love Sheryl Crow, but yeah, I mean, it's just like she's very famous. Fiona Apple was awesome. When that one song came out, I was like, man, pretty amazing.
I'm a personal fan of Jewel. That first record I thought was pretty good. That's just
me.
I'm a casual Jewel fan, I'll be honest.
I could be a casual Jewel fan.
Radiohead overall, I think, it's funny, me and Max were talking about this the other day, they continue to grow in popularity as time gets further away from the essential bit of their catalog, and that's awesome. I love Radiohead. I think after Nirvana, that was the most important band making music in the 90s and into the 2000s, and per usual,
Sean Clapton was still doing it. Clapton was still around.
He was still putting out hitters.
He was still. Have you not heard of Journeyman?
He's got album.
Journeyman, come on.
Album after album.
That's when I knew she was pretending. You know. Oh yeah, the whole the Sheryl Crow Kid Rock. I saw your picture today. God, that
falls into vacation territory. Just depressing vacation.
That was one of those songs where, like, any sort of thing where music was involved and there was a female and a male there, someone wanted to hear, can you guys do the picture song? No.
I put your... nothing screams. I think I have a bad view of songs like that because there's a personality type that I tie to songs like that. Having seen the sad sap, like... God. I'm like, brother, your wife's still alive. Shut up. Go home. Talk to her. Dork. You know? It's like, don't be a loser. Don't be a lame ass.
Don't be a loser. That's good. You know? It's good.
But seriously, John said Radiohead, I could never get it. I tried. Listen to Karma Police, dude. Close your eyes and listen to Karma Police.
I mean, it's pretty darn good. You know?
I mean, it's great.
Boop, boop. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, that is awesome. Greg said, took a girlfriend to Alanis Morissette, Tori Amos concert. They were both great, but 4 hours of man bashing during a date. Yeah, I can see how that'd be weird. What do we think on the new Squire Classic Vibe Telly SH with a Bixby? Go for it.
Do it.
There's really no classic vibe that you know.
With that.
Bush, I enjoyed Bush.
Bush was great.
I enjoyed Bush, and somebody said something else. Remember, she says respectfully, Sublime blows them away for impact. Sublime was definitely sort of a thing.
What's everybody's thoughts on Incubus?
Sometimes I feel the fire of uncertainty. I don't know how it goes. I used to know all that, but
I saw a post the other day.
God.
I screenshotted it.
Drive.
It said on there, what was it? Incubus takes the award again for band that for guys. The people who listen to that band basically are people who almost took a mushroom trip. It's like, yeah, dude. I'm not an Incubus fan. I'm sorry.
That at the time that was out, I was fine with it.
Oh, I mean, it's
just
fine,
hadn't aged to me. You know what I mean?
It is like listening to Drive now though, and like I've been in a car with somebody and they put on Drive, and I'm like,
you're like,
what the fuck are you doing? No, hell no. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, put this shit off, dude.
Yeah. Travis wants to know, will we ever see a surge of great bands and artists again, like we did in the 90s and early 2000s? I mean, we probably are. I just think that it's so different. Like, that was a kind of a perfect marriage of, like, terrestrial radio was at its peak.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, all those bands were putting out that sort of music
And
labels were signing those kind of
industry
bands.
was taking risk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, so
It's
I don't
happening.
even know how much of a risk it was taken. It was just there were just lots of people doing that. So I mean, now it's just you got to just dig for it, and there's so much you have to weed out.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's happening now. I think the issue is there's no one place that you can go to focus on it, right? Like back then, if you turned on MTV, you were going to see something that probably correlated with what you're hearing on the radio. Today, we all are like I use Apple Music, you use Spotify. I don't know what you're being pushed and what all your playlists are.
Well,
and
it's
anything
also
like that.
it's not we're not being pushed the same thing because
Exactly.
you're not quite 30 and I'm
Yes.
not quite 45, and so like the algorithm's
Yes.
different, right?
So where there was no
back
algorithm
then it was
before.
all
Yeah.
hey, if a new song came out, you all heard it.
Everybody knew
And
it.
you
Yes.
talked about it, I mean, you did, right? You said,
Yeah.
"Oh, did you hear that new Creed song?"
Yes.
or whatever.
To where,
Like
now I think the version of that, and to like maybe point out some of these artists is like, it's like there's clusters of it where you see like this group of artists kind of rise together in a moment. Great example. I'm going to say some names and you will know some of them, but others you might not in it, right? So everybody knows who the hell Justin Bieber is, right?
Who?
Well, don't worry. It's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. The McGee guy, right? The guy that Clapton gave
who's cool.
a nod to.
Yeah.
He's really dope. He just worked with Justin Bieber on his whole entire record. Like, near about co-produced the whole thing is what
Yeah.
it sounds like. You hear him playing baritone guitar over the whole thing. Killer, right? Well, not only did McGee have a big moment last year and kind of like come up in this crop of artists, and Justin Bieber's not new. He's been around for about 15 years, but follow me here. McGee and this other guy, Dijon, started working together a couple years ago. They had a big, like, kind of lift, right? And there's a whole crew of guys that have just kind of started to sink into that zone. It's really cool. It's hard to explain. I mean, I guess the closest thing you could say to that is like it's just a sound. It's a really unique sound. Matt Champion is another guy that's with that. It's a handful of dudes that are working within that space. And it's really cool. But it is happening. It's just you probably don't know about it because it's a separate. It's like a whole different universe.
It's not as mainstream anymore. Like singularly.
Oh yeah.
Mainstream. I think that's true. Homegrown Son. That is awesome to hear about the nerve damage in the lion's mane. So that's fantastic. Mayor McCheese mentioned Dispatch. You ever heard of Dispatch? I used to love some Dispatch, man. The General. What a great friggin' song. But no, yeah, they were like an acoustic driven thing in that same kind of time. They were more. I think they had a pretty darn big cult following, but they were more underground.
Yeah.
But they were good. But anyways,
I knew he was a believer. How'd you know, dude? Listen, you go listen to Purpose. There's some good pop hits on that. I'll be honest. Okay. And then this new record is pretty good, despite the title.
I never got Aerosmith until I took acid and a friend played it on a jukebox in New York. That's hilarious. Anyways, a believer. I got it. Old Hiram Abiff
Believer.
coming through. Anything else crazy that we need to get through today?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, really. That might be it, boys. I do believe that we've got, Are we sort of getting back close to regular videos next week?
I think we were pretty close.
Pretty close. So watch for some new. Gosh, Jack, I think I do look good with the hummingbird. I have to say, this is a 65 hummingbird, and I don't believe it's as good as your Merculab. Don't actually, Baxter and I talked about that. This one's cool. It's really good. But man, yeah, and playing yours that night made me. I could definitely enjoy a hummingbird. But anyways, I want to see your Cobra Burst in person. But anyways, Homegrown says I should send the 3 P90 telly for a playoff against Telly Shawn and strumming. You should send it for a playoff with Woodrow's Tellybird. No, that would be a cool thing.
That would be cool.
Play some Scannerd. That's enough. But we do love scaring. All right. Yep. I think that's it. So, anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with us. But yeah, be on the lookout for some new stuff next week. If you are around, make sure you come out the first Friday in Southern Pines.
We'll be here
this week.
rocking.
Sean and me both playing.
We're gonna kill it, dude.
Dragging out old Baxter.
I'm bringing my big rig, dude.
15 amps. All the amps. No, maybe not. I am gonna double magnetone, so that's kind of fun. But anyways,
I'm gonna bring the painted twin, on top of that Marshall cabinet. Line them in, dude.
That's it, dudes. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe,
hit the bell,
share this junk. We love you all.
Recording coming.
Goodbye.
It's going good.
I'll play us out.
Play us out.